When you're just getting started fishing, or doing anything in the great outdoors really, you're gonna need to get to know your knots. In this video, we're gonna be discussing the basics of tying knots to help you better understand some of the terminology we'll be referencing in future videos to come. Let's get started. Hey you, this is me, A.D. Ross with Novi Outdoors, where we provide tips, tactics, and techniques for beginners that seek to make waves, blaze trails, and become more efficient in the great outdoors. So before we begin, I wanted to mention a book that I'll be referencing. It is called The Complete Book of Fishing Knots, Leaders, and Lines. If you check that out real quick, it's by Lindsey Philpott. So I don't want you to think I was just making this stuff up, because it's true, alright? It's all written in doctrine. If you want to check this book out, I'm going to include a link in the description. You can go ahead and check it out on Amazon and have a look for yourself. But it's got a lot of good information in it, buddy. And you know what? It's got a lot of good pictures in it. And I do love pictures. I did mention that before, and I mean it. I mean it. Pictures are great. Pictures are great resources to help you learn and understand what it is you're covering in your knowledge sessions, alright? So, before I begin, I wanted to mention, if you like anything that's depicted in this video, won't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and keep showing up, because we're going to be covering great content, alright? So it'd be great to have you with us. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. So to start from the beginning, we're going to go over some knot terminology. So in order to do that, I'm going to break out my line, and we're going to do that right in front of us, alright? We're going to try this out, and if you guys like it, let me know in the comments, and we'll keep doing it this way from now on. Alright, here we go. Alright now y'all, so for this segment, we're going to be breaking into this line terminology, or this knot terminology rather, and I'm just going to be using my hands right out here in front of me. So if this makes sense, if you enjoy this, appreciate it, what have you, just let me know in the comments. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to unravel some of this line I got here. I use green so you can see it better. If you want me to use a different color, you just let me know. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start from the beginning here. So what we have is line, right? Now line is any piece of flexible material that can be used. So this could include this piece of paracord here is line, or we could be talking about monofilament or fluorocarbon or braid. Either way, it's line. Even that metal stuff that you use to do like the haywire twist for toothy kind of fish, that's considered line as well. So any piece of flexible material is called line. With this line, we have a couple different parts of it. Okay, so we have the what's called the standing end. That's your longest piece really, that's going all the way back to your roll of cordage or line. Okay, so that's your standing end. All right. And then on the other end of that, the very end of it, is your tag end. So the tag end is the end of the line that's used to make a knot. Okay, so with the tag end, we've got the very end of the line, or the rope, or the cord, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so now the next thing we want to talk about here is a wrap. Now a wrap is something that we do with the line when we go around a complete circle around the standing end, or one full turn. So this would be 3 wraps. Okay, like we've mentioned in past video, we wrap around the standing end, right? Our main piece of line, we're going to do a couple wraps around the standing end. Now that's a wrap. Okay, so that's 1, 2, and 3 wraps. So we got 3 wraps there. That's what we're referring to when we mention wrap. Now, if I was going to mention a loop is formed when line crosses or meets itself. So if I want to make a loop here, I would just cross this line over itself. So that right there would be a loop. Okay? And now on the other end of that spectrum is called a bite. So we have a bite, which is kind of like a loop, but it's just a U-shaped bend in a line. Okay, so that's a bite right there, as opposed to the loop where it crosses over. The bite is open-ended, it does not cross. Alright y'all, so that right there is going to cover the end of this segment. If you liked what you saw, please feel free to leave a comment. We'd like to know what you think about this, how we presented everything. We want your feedback because it's important. We're all here to learn, and each of your voices matter to me and to everybody else that's watching in this community. We appreciate you guys. We thank you for being here, and we look forward to recording another video again for you here soon. Now take care, go catch you some fish, and we'll be back to see you again soon.